it's Belle. Welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be my April possibility reads, TBR. I'm a mood reader, so that's why I say possibility. So any of the books in past TBR possibility reads are still on the table if I haven't got to them. The only ones I will read for sure are the ones that are sent to me to read for review, and because I try to make those priority. I'm not going to mention all the books that I hope to read that have been sent to me. I'll just mention the ones coming up that I hope to read. And I have talked about these. So ones that I've talked about recently or whatever, I'm not going to read synopsis. So the next one coming up, because it's got April 5th release date, so I want to get it read as soon as possible. And if they have a release date coming up, they get bumped up. I usually read in the order sent to me, but if they have a release date coming up, they do get bumped up. So Witchlings by Claribel A. Ortega. This is the arc that was sent to me, but I also have a beautiful finished copy that they sent in this amazing box, so I'm very excited. And this just sounds like an amazing witch story, and I loved Ghost Squad by her, so I'm very excited to read this. And I'm just so excited. And then another one that got bumped up, I think this is April 26th it comes out, and they also sent me a beautiful finished copy. Hunters of the Lost City by Wallace, and Scholastic sent me this and the beautiful finished copy. Quirk Books sent me this and then the beautiful finished copy. And I've talked about this, so I'm not going to read the synopsis again. It's got frightening monsters, dark magic, page-turning fantasy adventure for fans of Holly Black and Tamara Pierce. So excited. Cannot wait. And then the author just sent me this, so I'm very excited. I absolutely loved book one, so I cannot wait to get back with these characters. Atlantis, The Brink of War by Gregory Mone. So thank you so much to him. It was so nice of him. And I can't wait to read this super soon. I think this one comes out April 26th, so that's why it's bumped up too. And then going back to the order, the next one I have, the author sent me The Girl Who Wasn't Chosen by A.Y. Johlin. And I've read the synopsis in a book call, so I won't read it. It's got glowing wolves, a wacky monster, a snobby elk, enchanted maps, strange forest, bad guys. It just sounds incredible. I'm so excited. And the last of the ones that were sent to me that I'm going to talk about, Atlas and the Multiverse, Seeking Courage by Chandon, Siman. And I'm very excited for this. The author sent it to me. Thank you so much. Quest in the Multiverse, Adventure, New Realms. So very excited about this. Sounds amazing. And then just a couple of the sequels I want to get to and my continuing and getting caught up on sequels. So the second book, this is Maylie's Luck of the Irish by M.L. Tarpley. I think there's a third book out now too, so after I read this I will get that one. I love the first book. It was just such a cute and fun adventure, very heartwarming. And in the sequels I'm not going to read synopsis either because they are the second or so books. So very excited for that. And then I want to finally read the fifth and final book in the Through the Fairy Doors series by Estelle, Grace Tudor, Otto Bloom, and the Enchanted Coin. So sad it's gonna be over. I think that's why I've been putting it off. I don't want it to end, but just a heartwarming series, like a big old hug of a series. Magical, full of family. So very excited. And then I hope I get through more sequels in this, but I just want to mention a few. Me versus the Multiverse, Enough About Me by S.G. Wilson. Pleased to Meet Me was the first book, and the author had sent me that one. I bought this one, and it was just a lot of fun, very unique. And just a fun, good time. Very funny, very humorous read. And then I've been wanting to read, get more of the middle grade classics read. I want to read Heidi next. I love this edition. And it's by Johanna Spine. I'm so excited. I loved the movies when I was little, so I can't wait to read. And then one I've read the synopsis recently, so I won't. The Winter King by Christine Cohen. Just sounds amazing. And not just this, but others that I've talked about that are winter reads. I want to read since the first day of spring was I think it was last Sunday, but we just got 4 inches of snow, so there's still time. And the real feel yesterday was 3. So I want to get as many winter reads as I can read, and this just sounds so good. So I want to read that. And then last night I finished the 4th book in the Pages & Co. series, and that was a longer series. So I want to do reading a longer series, and this one's even longer than that, so I want to maybe read slowly, but so I want to do that, and then like trilogies. So I'm adding more to my currently reading, but I just want to read so many things that I've been wanting to read for a while. But anyway, so the 5th book in Pages & Co. I think comes out in September, so I'm caught up on that. Loved it. So the next longer series I want to start is Keeper of the Lost Cities. This is the illustrated and annotated edition of the first book by Shannon Messenger. I'm so excited to finally start this. I cannot wait. They just sound right up my alley. And I love that this one's illustrated and annotated. So I cannot wait to start this. I think that's all the ones I've talked about recently. Song of the Far Isles by Nicholas Bowling. I can't remember if I've talked about this one or not. Such a beautiful cover. Orin's home is on the far isle of Little Drum, where everyone lives and breathes music. When their way of life is stopped by an order of silence from the ruling Red Duchess, it is Orin who must go in search of the island's last hope, a mythical instrument made of whalebone with the power to change hearts and minds. Incredible. Just very excited. And then the Monstrous duology with Ravenous and I think it was Monstrous. Marcy Kate Connolly. The one where the first book, the ending, there was a couple things that I don't like to read about happened. But overall, they are all-time favorites. Because just the writing is so up my alley. It's dark, upper middle grade, and I just flew through them. Like, the writing is just, oh. And then and the second book was perfect. It didn't have anything that I didn't like to read about. And then another author had commented and told me that this duology, I didn't have to worry about any of that, so I'm very excited. She really likes duologies. So there's this duology and then another one by the same author, Marcy Kate Connolly. This first book is Shadow Weaver. Beautiful covers. The second book is Comet Rising. The shadows that surround us aren't always as they seem. Emmeline has grown up with a gift. Since she was a baby, she has been able to control shadows, and her only friend and companion is her own shadow, Dar. Disaster strikes when a noble visits their home and offers to cure Emmeline of her magic. Dar promises to change the noble's mind if Emmeline will help her become flesh as she once was. Emmeline agrees, and the next morning the man is found in a coma. Frightened, Emmeline and Dar flee. With the noble's guards on her trail, Emmeline's only hope of clearing her name is to escape capture and perform the ritual that will set Dar free. But Emmeline's not entirely sure she can trust Dar anymore, and it's hard to keep secrets from someone tethered to your feet. That just sounds so unique and imaginative, and I'm very excited. Another dark, magical read. Cannot wait. And then this, I didn't get the second book because this is when I started to stop doing that, especially with the U.S. editions because they're usually hardback and expensive until I've read them. So the other book is out. Plus, they also changed the style, and I have this style, but they changed the illustration of it, so I don't know what I'm going to do. But this is Hollow Dolls. So, and then whenever I read this, I will get the second book. I don't know if I showed it, but... How can you keep secrets when someone's inside your mind? Simone is a mind reader. She knows a great many things about everyone she meets, but she can't seem to remember anything about her past or where she came from. So when she gets the chance to search for her family, she sets off to find her home. When she stumbles across a person with two minds inside them, the real one, shoved deep down, and one of a body walker, someone who could take over a person's body against their will, Simone is even more eager to leave her old life behind. As Simone dives deeper into her history, she learns truths she never could have imagined. But as those she loves starts disappearing around her, Simone knows only she can stop the evil before it's too late. This series starter weaves a tale of secrets, power, magic, and the long path to home. It says series starter, so I'm curious to see if this will also be a duology or if there are more coming after that second book. And then I've been wanting to read this for so long. But Root Magic by Eden Royce. It's 1963 and things are changing for Jezebel Turner. Her beloved grandmother has just passed away. The local police deputy won't stop harassing her family. School integration arriving in South Carolina, Jez and her twin brother Jay are about to begin the school year with a bunch of new kids. But the biggest change comes when Jez and Jay turn 11, and their Uncle Doc tells them he's going to train them in root work. Jez and Jay have always been fascinated by the African-American folk magic that has been the legacy of their family for generations, especially the curious potions and powders Doc and Gran would make for the people on their island. But Jez soon finds out that her family's true power goes far beyond small charms and elixirs, and not a moment too soon, because when evil, both natural and supernatural, comes to show itself in town, it's going to take every bit of the magic she has inside her to see her through. So many things, like historical fiction, and then in the South, so it's going to be atmospheric, and it's probably going to be one of those that feels like home to me, since I'm from the South, so I love the setting. And then the magic, and then some important topics, like real-life topics that they were facing. And so there's so many elements and layers to it, and I love a book that has so many layers like that, so I'm very excited. And then, you know I love my books about dreams, so I have this one that I've been wanting to read, The Book of Stolen Dreams by David Farr. So beautiful. When Rachel and Robert help their librarian father to steal a forbidden book, they are plunged into a dangerous world. Everyone is hunting for the Book of Stolen Dreams, and with their father in prison, Rachel and Robert are forced to go on the run. Desperate to survive, they must uncover the book's secrets and track down its mysterious missing page. But the cruel and calculating President Charles Milestone is on their trail and will do anything to seize what they have. When the children discover the astonishing magical truth about the book, they resolve to do everything in their power to stop it falling into his hands. For if it does, he could rule forever. I'm not sure exactly what it has to do with dreams besides this book, so curious to find out. And then I mentioned Skyborn, but I didn't show it, but the Shenado Heart, I had recently read The Eye of the North, and I'm currently reading The Star-Spun Web, I think is the name of it. And the author had commented on my review of The Eye of the North that Skyborn is a prequel to that, and it follows Thing and his story before The Eye of the North, which made me bump it up. I wanted to read it even sooner than I did. Because Thing had my heart in The Eye of the North, so I'm so excited. And so this is Skyborn. The circus has seen better days, but for Bastien, it's home. He will do anything he can to save it, even if it means participating in a death-defying new act. But when that fails to draw in the crowds, the ringmaster makes a deal with a mysterious man by the name of Dr. Barr. In exchange for his help, Barr wants a box that belonged to Bastien's mother and came from her birthplace, the faraway island of Melita. Bastien is desperate to keep his only memento of his mother out of Barr's hands. And as he uncovers more about the strange objects contained within, he realizes it's not the only circus that's in terrible danger. So intrigued, cannot wait. And I have several Meadow Crade detective-style mysteries in my room alone that I want to get to. A lot of them are longer series, but I don't think I've talked about this one. I think a fourth book's coming out soon, too. It's Ellie Griffith's A Girl Called Justice. And then The Smuggler's Secret. The Ghost in the Garden. And these are just quicker reads. That's why I'm not including them with series I want to start. Meet Justice Jones. Super smart by day, super sleuth by night. She's always on the lookout for mystery. On Justice's first day at boarding school, it's clear that there is plenty investigating to do. Why do blondes rule the corridors? Who made the uniform such a charming shade of brown? And do teachers normally hide dangerous secrets about the murder of a chambermaid? When a deadly snowstorm cuts everyone off from the outside world, the body count starts to rise. Can Justice find the killer before it's too late? Sounds amazing. And snow on the ground might be perfect time to start it. I got the newest release very, very recently. Secrets of the Storm, I think it's called. Beth McMullen, but I have so many books by her that I want to read those before I get that, especially like this trilogy that I've had forever. Miss Spy School for Girls. And they're illustrated by one of my all-time favorites, Vivienne too. And then Power Play. And then Double Cross. After another botched escape attempt from boarding school, Abigail is stunned to discover that the school she loathes is actually a cover for an elite spy ring called the Center. Not only that, her mother is the Center's top agent and has been chasing a dangerous criminal called the Ghost for the past decade. And now her mother has gone MIA. Along with a frenemy, who isn't thrilled to be helping the newbie, and a mischievous boy from her class, Abigail must go through Spy Training 101 to try to complete her first and most important mission of all, Operation Save Mom. With false starts, hilarious mishaps, and a lot of heart, Abigail begins to prove to everyone, including herself, that she belongs. But the key to finding Abigail's mother is much closer than anyone could have imagined, and Abigail must use all her new skills when the ghost sets his sights on someone else, Abigail herself. Read. I'm guessing it's a duology since she had that new book come out, unless she planned to continue this later. I'm not really sure. But Lola Binko, Treasure Hunter. At the Midnight Market. 12-year-old Lola Binko has learned a lot from her archaeologist dad. They spent most of her life globetrotting to far-flung locales, chasing elusive artifacts and lost treasures. There are downsides living out of a suitcase and no true BFF, to name a couple, but every day is an adventure, and they have each other. That is, until the day Lola's father disappears. The official line is that he was caught in a flash flood, but Lola's quick research shows the day in question was perfectly pleasant, and if he were truly gone, she would feel it. After a disastrous attempt at raising funds to bankroll her quest to find her dad, Lola finds herself at Redwood Academy, where she meets two unlikely friends who are willing to help her. Lola suspects Dad's disappearance has a lot to do with a mythical stone he was studying. A stone so powerful it can control the world, but in the wrong hands, it could end it too. That just sounds so good. So, all her books just sound so amazing to me. Alright, y'all, that's all the books I want to talk about in this video for my April possibility reads. And like I said, it includes any that I hadn't gotten to before, and it can include some I don't even know I'm going to read yet that I haven't talked about before. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Have you read any of these? Did you like them? Did you not? Are you excited about any of them? let me know in the comments. And if you would like to subscribe, I would love that if you'd like to. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.